What's up, everybody? BlueGabe. Welcome to Blackshear, Georgia, y'all. We just got back from Mexico. Made a quick trip up here to visit my parents. There's my mother, Miss Betty Arrington, and my son, Luke. What are you doing, Luke?
I'm trying to catch a fish.
Where's the turtle? Have you seen a snapping turtle lately?
It's probably way under there, under the dock.
Jake and my dad are off on a side-by-side somewhere. It's, I think, the beginning. What day is it? It's September 10th, 12th, something like that.
The 10th, I think.
It's opening weekend of bow season here in Georgia. Crystal's over here practicing with her bow. My dad and Jake are hanging tree stands. And we're just getting ready to spend an awesome weekend here in Georgia. We're actually going this afternoon to a special lake that we got invited to. A good friend of mine, Richard Harris, knows a guy that's about an hour and a half from here and has a lake loaded with big bass. That's where we're going in a little while. No pressure. Only a couple 100,000 people are watching you.
That's a dense target.
A dance?
Yeah.
What's that? What is? Can you explain what
My
dance?
arrows are barely going in it.
Oh,
it's a crossbow.
dance. I thought you said dent.
No, D-E-N-S-E.
Dense, like it's pretty hard. That's her new bow from Prime Archery. Oh, that was a bullseye. Before we get to the target, this is my parents' farm, our family farm. It's 65 acres. Dad's got a pole barn with some tractors and food plot. We got a pear tree right here, some bird houses. This is where I grew up hunting pretty much my whole life. They bought this farm when I was about, I think, 14. We've killed a pile of deer here in our life. So this is the shot when I said no pressure, only a bunch of people are watching you. The rest was all perfect. Are you ready? It's finally here, bow season.
I'm ready.
She's already
Are you
killed her,
ready?
yeah, she's already killed her a nice buck with her rifle.
The time that we've all been waiting for. Deer season, that's what everybody can't wait for.
So like I said, I grew up coming here my whole life. I actually lived in Blackshear, Georgia for about 6 months when I was 16 years old. No, 17 years old. Worked up here with a friend of my family. Said, heck no. I appreciated my mama's cooking a lot more after that. I got a pear tree, and I can actually remember when they planted these, the bucks used to hook them down. I don't know if that's quite ripe. This one looks like it's got some pears that might actually be ripe on it. Maybe these on the ground. Nope, that's not ripe either, but the deer will definitely eat that. When we got here last night at about 11:30 p.m., I'm taking top 4 or 5 storms I've ever been in came through. And it was rocking that trailer, lightning, thunder, hail. It was bad. My mom was up praying. She thought a tornado was gonna hit. I was in the bed wide awake thinking a tornado was gonna hit. So we woke up this morning and was talking about it, and Crystal, Luke, and Jake are like, what storm? They slept through the entire storm. I'll just give you a little tour around the grounds. Getting to see a little bit of our personal life here that we don't normally show in videos. It's my dad's old Ford 5000 tractor. If you don't know much about me and you haven't been following along, from the time I was 18 till about 39 years old, I ran bobcats for a living. Me and my dad together. 23 years, if I do the math correctly. I can't really remember. I think 23 years straight I ran heavy equipment. So for all y'all who think all I've done is YouTube, you're dead wrong. I worked hard construction my whole life, and before that I was commercial king fishing, and I've always been doing something that has to do with the outdoors. This is my brother Deer Meat's tractor. My dad brought it up here to have it worked on. When he gets done with it, he's gonna take it back to Robert's new lease in Bunnell. If you've ever heard of muscadines, like muscadine wine, that's a muscadine vine. There's another one, big beautiful lake. I brought my Pro Drive over here. Sometimes I just take this Pro Drive because it's so light, just to hold stuff in it, coolers and our bows. We had so much stuff the truck couldn't hold it all. But luckily for us, now that we're going to that lake, we got a boat. Look what I did this morning though, how stupid. I hit this pole and broke my dang light. I'm gonna have to have that re-welded on. If you pull trailers enough, I'm sure you've already done that. And if you haven't, you'll do it sooner or later, don't worry. This lake didn't look like this when they bought it. Dad came in, rented a backhoe, and dug this island out and put the dirt around here. And it's dang sure beautiful. She's got her feeder right over there. Normally when it goes off, a ton of wood ducks comes in, but this morning it was still storming when we woke up. Luke.
Yes?
You didn't hear that storm last night? You must have been too busy snoring.
And the snapping turtle was just on that bank right there.
Mom, how bad was that storm last night?
That was a serious storm.
Mom didn't know I was up and I didn't know Mom was up, but we were both up praying. Holy mackerel, I thought it was going to be bad.
Yes, that was a serious storm. No joke about that.
We're going to tell you more about this dog right here. I don't know if I'm going to talk more about him in this video or the next video, but there's a special story behind him. And Redneck's fine. He's at home with our neighbors that keep him while we're gone traveling. He's just getting too old. Yeah, Miss Georgia and Leon. He's just getting too old to travel, but we'll tell you the story about him here soon.
Quit it.
So we're on the back side of the lake now, and you can tell this is a man-made lake because it's got a dam around it. Was this dam here when y'all got it?
Yeah, Mr. Dinks and his brothers made this.
You know it's been here for a while with these ginormous pine trees. Luke, show us what you found this morning. Come on, let's walk underneath it. And please do not throw that pine cone at it. Where's your shoes at?
I don't know.
You don't need any? It rained about 2 inches last night. The rattlesnakes would be out and about. Oh man, it's live too. Look at that huge yellow jacket nest. Luke, if you were to throw a pine cone at that and hit it, we would all be in bad shape. Come over here, let's play a game. Let's shake the tree and see who can get out without getting stung. I think that's the first time I've ever seen one of those hornet's nests that's active. I've found a couple of them in my life, but they were always abandoned. That one has yellow jackets or some big, I think it's yellow jackets. Whatever it is, you wouldn't want to jack with it. I mean, bullseye, son. You're ready. So Jake is going to attempt to kill his first animal ever with a bow. Let me see it.
Diamond, about 36 pounds.
That's a good bow. Bam. Y'all are shooting good. You're actually shooting a little low at 20.
I was right on at 17.
These lighted nocks might be just a hair heavier than your normal nocks. What'd you catch?
I'm gonna go BlueGabe. Get him?
Man, that's a pretty one. Why don't you turn him loose?
Let's eat him.
No, we can't eat him. There's not enough fish in this pond. You guys, we used to have a ton of fish here, and a couple otters moved in, and they cleaned this lake out. Turn him loose so we can have some more.
Catfish, can we cook him?
100%. If you catch a catfish, you can. Well, that wasn't the most graceful turn loose, but it'll work.
What is this?
Oh, that's a water praying mantis.
I'm a charter captain.
All right, let's go. See how big your tip's gonna be.
Poop! I know a good catfish spot here. Dad said if we catch catfish, we're cooking him.
Nice. That would be cool. This water's nice and clear.
We could have.
Man, you're splashing me.
We could have.
Stop! Your tip's going down already.
We could have catfish sushi.
Catfish sushi. You would eat catfish raw?
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Look at that cypress right there. That's pretty. I want to go.
Catfish nuggets.
Can we go right there, Captain?
Uh-huh. Grandma said that that's a good spot.
Grandma said that's a good spot.
Uh-huh.
This is a beautiful pond. You gotta push hard that way to turn. Captain, have you done this before?
Uh-huh. I'm a professional.
Oh my goodness, there's a snail on my foot. Look at this.
That is slug. Oh,
Well,
that's a cool one.
If we don't catch nothing, we got escargot.
Oh, crap.
Oh no, Charter Captain.
Watch this. It's called reverse mode.
This snail is cool as heck.
Yeah.
What's that snail movie on Disney that we watched?
I don't know.
Is that a snail?
On this boat, we got 120 horsepower.
I'd like to keep this little slug. Look at this little snail trail.
Yeah, you can take them home.
Oh wow, look how beautiful this is. Watch your head,
You
Charter
want to fish
Captain.
right here? Charter Captain says that it's a good spot.
This looks like a honey hole. Oh! All right, do we have an anchor or we're gonna drift? Are we just gonna drift?
You have to drift. Catch something, we're putting it in the minnow bucket.
All right, what do we got for bait today, Charter
Oh,
Captain?
look at that. That's a crawdad lure.
Oh my goodness, somebody lost a lure.
That's a perfect crawdad lure.
I don't have a knife or nothing to cut that with.
We could get it.
Break that branch. Oh Jesus.
Oh my, oh,
All right, yes sir.
I'm a professional breaker branch.
Don't get a hook in your hand.
I have the world record of the best snapping branches in the world.
Careful. Do you want me to help you?
Uh-uh.
I didn't think so.
12 seconds later.
Can we get
Okay, get back to fish.
Oh my goodness, Lukey.
Oh,
Look what's beside me.
oh heck no.
That is a giant spider.
5 minutes later, and I decided let's go to the middle of the lake. Okay, I need to figure out how to drive this again. We don't sink this
You
thing.
just keep getting me soaked.
Sorry, this is how a kayak works. It's the life of a
So
kayak.
Luke and I are out here having fun. We're fishing on this beautiful pond. Gabe is inside cooking us some lunch. So we're excited about that and excited
I
to
heard
see what that
something
is.
about a crab, and I love crab.
Ooh, yeah, crab's our favorite. So we're gonna eat lunch here in a little bit whenever he hollers at us. Please don't do that.
Dang, the water's not cold.
It actually
I'm
feels really good.
surprised.
It's hot out here. And then we'll get into something fun this afternoon. So stay tuned. What you got
we
cooking?
got some crab cakes and some fresh collard greens I picked from the garden right here. Those things are gonna be good. Or as the new generation would say, lit.
Fire.
You hungry? So these crab cakes, all they got is House Audrey hush puppy mix, creamed corn, put it in a bowl, mix it up, buy you some lump crab meat, mix it in there, and it's just that easy.
Did you just say crab?
Yeah.
I love crab.
This stuff right here is like the miracle powder. You can cook anything in it.
Thank you to God for this day. Thank you for dying on the cross for our sins. Thank you for letting us be able to come up here safely, and please help us be able to hunt and fish and have a good time. And thank you for keeping us safe during the bad storm last night, and please be with all those that need your help. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
All right, Luke, try your crab cake. Let me see.
He's eating
This?
his greens.
You ate your collards? I would have given you more. I didn't think you liked them.
What is this?
Bacon.
It's bacon.
Yeah. It seasons it.
Try that crab cake, Mom.
Oh, okay.
I know it ain't as good as the ones you make. I get that, but I'm trying. I'm learning.
Very good.
Crystal's gonna
You
eat
made
hers.
these for us a long time ago in our video.
Yeah, I'm trying.
On
Every
the
time I make them a little bit different. This time I put a whole can of cream corn in it.
Dad, can I get some more of this?
Here, I'll get you some. That's really good
You
for
want more
Luke.
collard greens?
I'm impressed.
I love these color rings.
They are good. I mean, I worked on those things for hours.
In the garden?
Yeah.
Was it hard getting all the sand off of them before you cooked
No,
them?
you just walk down like aisle 4 in the... I'll show y'all. You gotta walk down aisle 4 in the grocery store. Babe, hold that can up to your right.
These are the best collard greens.
You guys, if you like collard greens, get them.
This brand also makes seasoned green beans that are really good too.
First fish in the boat, folks at home. We have switched up, drove about an hour and a half to a good friend of mine, Richard Harris's Good Friends private lake. We're gonna see if we can catch some bass. It's super hot here in South Georgia right now. It's probably 90 degrees. I don't know the depths of this lake and I don't have a depth finder, so we're just gonna put our heads down and grind. Crystal's throwing a rage tail. I just got a plain Cinco on.
I just got a bite on the NLBN paddle tail.
He's got an NLBN paddle tail. That's no live bait needed. This fish that I just caught just came up and busted right here on the surface, so we're gonna see what we can do. We got till dark. Luke decided to stay back at the house with Mom and fish off the dock. It's what that kid loves to do, and we're here gonna try to catch the bass. I'm gonna put the GoPro on my head and see what we can do. We know that there's 10+ pounders in this lake. Fingers crossed. Look at them right there. All right, Jake's throwing an NLBN. Crystal and I are throwing big worms. I just caught 2 big fish before I turned the camera on. You can hear them flopping in the cooler. I thought I stoned them, but I guess they still had a little bit more kick. The owner of this lake wanted us to keep every fish we caught under 5 pounds because there's so many of them. The bass that's in this lake are actually called a tiger bass. They grow really, really fast and they multiply really fast. So on a lake this size, it's important to get some out of the school. There's all kinds of schools of shad swimming around. They're little, they're about that big. That over there is the shallow end. You can see that school of shad right there. And as it comes this way, it gets deeper. To over there, it gets real deep. I'm using a Fitzgerald Fishing 7.3 medium heavy, 1/4 to 3/4 ounce, 10 to 20 pound bait caster. This rod is so nice. Uh-oh. You must have landed in that one's mouth. That's a nice one. Let me throw up there and see if there's another one.
In his mouth.
We got rods hanging off the boat from every direction.
You're trying to figure out the fish.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
This is bigger.
We in the meat.
This is bigger.
Hold him up, babe.
These are heavy fish. Aggressive too.
Ouch.
Nice. Oh, there's my other pair of sunglasses.
Look at-
Uh-oh.
That's about a tie.
Nice job. That was awesome.
All right, well, that was it for the bass fishing. We didn't end up catching near as many as we thought we would, but for the last 2 months, we've been struggling so hard at every lake we went to bass fish. At least that one, we actually caught 3 or 4, 5, 6. Maybe I think I caught 8. How many did you catch, babe?
6.
She caught 6. How many did you catch, Jake?
Bass fishing?
Yeah.
1 good one.
He said 1 good one.
I didn't catch 6.
How many did you catch?
2.
I think I did catch 6, but mine were so small it didn't count.
You didn't catch 6.
Jake, back me up here.
No.
What do you mean no, son?
Or you caught probably around 4.
I think I caught 6. All right, let's explain to him what's going on. So we're actually leaving my family's farm. This is JT right here, one of Jake's good buddy. Him and his dad take such good care of our fish camp where we're actually heading now. I just wanted to show y'all probably the hardest thing about being a YouTuber. You can see Buck, we got him in his dog box. This is the most well-behaved dog I think I've ever seen in my life. Redneck's fine, our little Jack Russell, he's at the house with our neighbors. We're actually fostering Buck right now, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video. But look how much stuff we have. We got our bows, we got a new gun Crystal just got. Look inside the truck. Crossbows, computer bag where I do all my editing, all of our normal clothes. This is pretty much Crystal and I's life everywhere we go. We're packed to the brim. Can't handle any more stuff. We've got our tree stands, our bow target, of course our gator coolers. Are you riding right there? All the way to the next stop? Luke, did you have a good weekend? So Crystal's actually doing homeschool with Jake, and we're working on homeschooling Luke, but right now he's in school. Tomorrow's Monday and Jake's got an orthodontist appointment. You excited for that?
No, I wish I was down here fishing.
You wish you were hanging with JT at the fish camp.
Yeah. What's the orthodontist?
I'd take out of school to be down there.
Braces. So we got Dad's truck hooked up to Robert's tractor. My mom and Dad actually live in the same town that I live in and that Robert lives in, so they're gonna take the boys home and drop them off to their mom. I mean, look, we're just completely packed to the brim. We're gonna get home Wednesday and pick the kids back up because next weekend is opening of deer season for our new lease. We're super excited for that.
What your boys matching?
Y'all are matching? Crystal always gives us a hard time, says we don't match. I match.
They match each other.
But do I match?
No.
Everybody matches right now. You all can behave on the ride home?
Yep.
Did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun. We got to ride to Benell though to drop off this tractor first.
Yep, they actually have to go to Robert's new deer lease in Benell, Florida and drop that tractor off. Crystal, I, and JT, because JT lives right next to our fish camp, are headed that way where we're gonna meet up with Mr. Brad Yeoman, some of y'all's favorite person. He's a dude that I grew up with in Jessup, Georgia. He was born and raised on that river his entire life and he knows it better than any human alive. And we got some fresh lobster we brought him from the Keys, and y'all will see what we're gonna do when we get there because I don't even know. But before we can leave, I gotta give a huge shout out to pretty much the rock of this family, my mom. She's all hot and sweaty just like all of us. It's pretty hot here in Georgia and we've been packing up. Mom.
Yes, hon.
Don't let those boys buffalo you on the ride home.
I have a big switch already picked.
Also got to give thanks to the second most important person behind my mom is my dad. Did you have a good time this weekend?
Yeah.
What'd you see this morning?
Nothing.
That's because these two boys stunk up that stand last night.
I'm telling you.
How many deer did you have blow at you last night?
We had about 3 or 4. We saw one, but we had like 3 or 4 blow at us.
So if you're not a deer hunter, when a deer blows at you, that means he's saying, hey everybody, hey everybody pay attention. There's hunters over here in the tree. They sat in the stand that Dad sat in this morning. They sat in it last night and had deer blow at them all evening. Jake and I sat in it yesterday morning and had deer blow at us. This weekend was opening weekend of Georgia bow season. I haven't seen very many deer killed, so must be the moon or something. They're just not up moving. That's it though for this segment. We'll see y'all in Jessup, Georgia. And just like that, we're at our little slice of heaven here in Paradise Park in Jessup, Georgia. Actually Gardai, Georgia, but Gardai is so small we just call it Jessup. This is our little fish camp. If you follow along, you've already seen it a couple times. But for all of those of y'all that are new, there's a golf cart. We'll even show y'all inside our personal space. We gotta go get a new refrigerator. The refrigerator we had broke, so got us a nice little bathroom, little table set up. Here's our bedroom. That's the most comfortable couch ever. Little TV, just window shakers is all you need. It gets it cold in here. Hey Buck, let's see what Beachy's up to. I can tell y'all one thing, she drank half of that right here and she has been a cleaning machine.
Now we can relax the rest of the time. But I'm eating a snack.
Is it gonna be relaxing when we're sitting in the swamp swatting mosquitoes?
Part of it.
All right, I gotta go show you guys something that I noticed when I pulled up that I've never seen here before. For those of y'all that are new, this is our Pro Drive 1860, I think. Just our little boat that we take everywhere we go. It's got a surface drive, trolling motor. It's just an all-around awesome boat. Right over here though, I noticed something that's new. When you come into Paradise, the road splits right up there. It goes right and it goes left. You can come right down here and go to the boat ramp. Right behind this building is the Ottawa River. The last time I was here, this store right here was just one of Brad Yeoman's storage areas. There was nothing here, but now I see ice, drinks, bait, tackle, snack, candy, ice cream, barbecue, jams, peanuts, and produce. What it is?
What's going on, man?
You finally made something of this awesome little building.
Yes, sir.
We got some bait.
We tried to scratch it out. Looking better, we have a pretty good weekend.
Oh yeah, it is Sunday. I forgot about that. What's your name?
Dalton. Nice to meet you.
Y'all, this is Dalton, the owner of this awesome little place. He just said that was full of bait, but all the traffic from this weekend fishing bought him out of bait. You got some crickets?
Yeah, we're running slim on all those. Like I said, it was
Hey, that's a good
weekend.
thing when you're running low.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let's go check it out inside. Well, look at this. You guys come down here to the Ottawa Hall, like I said, the boat ramp is right there. Now you can come here and get all your little essentials. That hat looks familiar. I already got me a hat. You got pretty much everything you can need. I already got some limb lines pre-made. That's smart, that's smart. Got some beetle spins, split shots, pretty much got everything you need. Honey, definitely need a honey bun. You got ice too, right?
Yep, we got ice 24/7.
Got Mountain Dews, ice, snacks, knife sharpener. We're gonna have to get you some Danko knives in here. That's the only thing you're missing. These are the essentials, and this rope right here, that's probably the smartest thing he sells, because this is what we make our limb lines out of, and it's hard to find. You don't just find it anywhere. Got the right circle hooks, the right lead, tons of circle hooks actually. That is very smart, because there's been several times I've needed that stuff and didn't have it. The only place I've ever been able to find that twine is in Louisiana, so that's cool that you sell it here.
Yeah, we try to keep a little of everything that someone might need.
I'm telling you, Gatorades, microwave, that's pretty neat. This is nice that you got this. Goldfish and minnows. This is what you use for bait.
We took a little building that down here that hasn't had anything in it since the 70s and tried to turn it into something that everybody can enjoy again, and just tried to make something out of nothing, basically.
I can tell you, I go all over the world all the time to some cool places, and there ain't nowhere that I like better than right here on the Omaha River at Paradise Park.
It's definitely been home for a place like me forever.
And now when we have our Calcutta style tournaments, we can hang the scale right here.
Yep, hang the scale, we can pull up, weigh the fish, go up there and park, and come back up here for the drawings.
I'm telling you. You guys, it's so nice to see this little place in action now, because when you are here, you're actually about 10 miles from town, and often on Sundays there's no bait shops in town open, so to be able to come here and get everything you need, that's a win-win. All right, y'all, it's about to go down right here in the kitchen. 3 eggs scrambled, some lump crab meat, portobello mushrooms, onions, cilantro, jalapenos, spinach, and some salted butter. If you guys follow along, you saw our Mexico video. You saw her wearing her black dress, which was a little bit different. An awesome deer. If you're interested in any of these, it's Sporty Girl. And if you're a man and want some cool shirts, check out her hogfish design. She has been doing this for like 20 years on her own, no help. Christy Grant, an amazing person. Every time you go into her store in Jupiter, she's got a smile on her face. I've known her whole life. Her boyfriend, Andrew Wooten, him and I grew up since we were knee-high to a grasshopper. But what we're doing this morning, I'm gonna show you how to make an amazing dish on a budget. That's lump crab meat in a can. But guess what? It tastes amazing, and this is what I make my crab cakes out with. So I'm gonna take some of the portobellos and put them in there with 1 little chunk of salted butter and get them starting to saute. Some onions. I'm even gonna add the jalapenos and the spinach right now, and let that start to sort of wilt down. Just cook just a little bit. I'm gonna add the cilantro at the end. So while this is cooking down, I'll tell you a little bit about yesterday. When we left our farm in Blackshear, we came straight here, had to do some shopping, do some cleaning. Our camp's just like any other camp. It's got a screened-in enclosure, but the dust got in here, made everything dirty. Crystal spent hours cleaning it up. Then we went to Walmart, got all of our essentials. Today we need to go get a fridge, because this little mini fridge is not cutting it. We're gonna go get a fridge, and we're gonna try to get a new vanity for our bathroom. But yesterday evening we did deer hunt, and Crystal saw, what'd you see, 3 spikes?
2 spikes, 2 does.
She saw 2 spikes, 2 does. Didn't want to shoot. It was the first of 3 days of hunting, so she can hunt today and tomorrow. I don't think one of those spikes will make it out alive today. I saw a doe and 2 yearlings, or 2 does and a yearling. I wanted to shoot one of the does, but couldn't get a shot. It just wasn't my afternoon. They walked out straight below me. Now this dish might seem very simple, but I promise you it will be one of the best omelets you've ever made in your life, and it costs less than like $5 to make. Maybe $6, because this is like $3. Portobello, I would say no more than $10 you could make a breakfast for 2 that you would get in a 5-star restaurant. I like to really whisk my eggs a lot. I really like to get them aerated. Just like that. Now I'm going to add some Tony's Creole. Crystal really likes spicy food. She likes all kinds of food, but she really likes this style with jalapenos and the peppers and all kinds of different flavors. Now once it's cooked about halfway, I'm gonna add my crab meat. You do not want to overcook this crab meat. You don't want to stir it. You want to just lightly pick it out and place it. It's already cooked. This is the exact same crab meat that I cooked my crab cakes with. It's actually really, really, really good. You don't have to go catch your own to have good crab meat. Now for those of y'all that are new to cooking, this is the hardest part of making an omelet, is the getting it flipped perfectly sideways. Look at that bad boy right there. You do not want to cook it very hot either, because it'll burn. This stove, I'm not really used to it. I've only cooked on it 4 or 5 times. And if you really want to do something to make your life easy, take your spatula and just chop it right down the middle, because it'll be a whole heck of a lot easier to flip like this right here. So now that the omelet's done, I'll show you guys what I've been doing this morning. We actually woke up and relaxed. Crystal watched a movie and I came out here and edited. This is the whole video. I edited on Adobe Premiere. Sort of taught myself, and that's it. Now all I got to do is film us eating this, edit it, and put it up. But do you think it's going to taste as good as it looks?
I think so. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. It's probably hot. Oh my gosh, that's good. It's hot.
I hope so, because I'm going in for a big bite.
It's hot. Blow on it.
Oh, hot. Mm-hmm. That's really good.
You know you're hungry when you can't wait for it to cool down. That's it, you guys. A crab omelet. Super easy, super fresh, and tastes absolutely amazing. If I would have added the crab meat in when I started adding everything else, you would barely even be able to see it in there. The way I did it is the best way, and you can taste all of it, and it looks really good. This thing right here is amazing. So real quick, before we end it, I'll talk a little bit more about this dog, Buck. So last week I was sitting at the house editing. We have a dog named Redneck. He's a little Jack Russell. He's 8.5 years old. I love him too much to take him out to the woods and do very much with him. When we're at home, he's always at the house. If he's not at our house, he's at our next door neighbor's house. I said, I want to go to the pound and see if they have any dogs. And on the way to the pound, I told the boys, we're not getting a dog. We're just going to look. If you ask about getting a dog, we're going to leave and not get one. Well, let me introduce to you Buck. This is the sweetest dog ever. Now, we are in a public place, so I have him here on this tree, just letting him get some sun. He is the sweetest. I don't know exactly what he is. You can call him a pit bull, but I think he's cur dog, which has some hound or some, you know, he has something besides pit in him. He is the sweetest, sit, give him paw, dog you've ever seen. Now, after having him for a week, I don't know if we can keep him because he's not a real hunting dog. I wanted a hunting dog for me and the kids to be able to, you know, when we have at the lease, if we see a hog, we can catch one. This thing is the biggest lap dog ever. He's amazing with kids. He's amazing with Redneck. And if we can't keep him and we choose not to keep him, I'm gonna probably give you guys a chance to adopt him. If any of you guys are looking for a yard dog or a house dog or a lap dog, look at him, he's just trying to love. He'll be available, because I'm not taking him back to the pound. The chances of him getting adopted there, just because they love to put pit bull on the little name tag. And when you put pit bull on a name tag, it pretty much secures the dog's death. He's gonna get euthanized, and I'm not allowing that to happen. So that's Buck. If you wanna know more about Buck, follow my Instagram at BlueGabe, and I'll be posting stuff about him here in the near future. It's about 50-50. I wanna keep him, we just travel so much. If he hunted more, I could probably make do, but because he's just a lap dog and we don't need another lap dog, I'll probably end up trying to find another home for him. So follow my Instagram at BlueGabe, and I'll have more information about Buck there. He is the sweetest dog on the planet. Right now though, I gotta get in there and finish this video, clean the kitchen. We're gonna go shopping and get some stuff done, and then we're going back deer hunting this evening. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the positive comments. Right now though, like Jake always says, it's time to get up out of here and get the heck out of shape. See y'all.